Well, it's that time again. Welcome to another episode of Rim Shots with Sean right here in the Rock Rage Radio Network, brought to you by Barstools and Bandtalk. And this is going to be a very fun interview because we've been talking about this on the podcast socials all week. I've got Sherri Lu. She's got a wonderful company called Riot Stitch, and let me tell you, it's all about image. It's all about cool stuff, and we're here to talk about some cool stuff. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Sean. Thanks for having me.
And well, it looks like you said you were going through some allergies yesterday, so you conquered those.
I know I got my face like this part does not look lower part does not look like me. So I'm like, okay, and I didn't know what I'm gonna look like today. So thanks for following up and saying, hey, can we do it
Yeah, it's
today?
all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So right out of the gate, how long have you had your company?
I started actually doing my own business about 7, 8 years ago. Official launch of Riot Stitch is in 2020 during pandemic.
Oh, okay. So similar to me because my podcast is a pandemic project.
Yeah.
Uh, so what made you want to get started in this business?
So I have a passion for fashion since I was very little. My mom sews; she makes me clothes, and so I always like to design my own stuff. I used to have a seamstress. I'm from China.
Yep.
I moved to US about 2003, so 21 years ago. Um, so I used to have a seamstress in China. I would draw, sketch what I want, and she would make it for me. And my mom used to sew for all my stuff. But then when they get older and they both retire, when I moved to here, moved to US, I realized how hard it is for me to get clothes that fits me, and because I'm very small, Asian, a small built, so I'm like a zero, size zero, extra small, some extra small. So later on, I found a few brands that they actually do have smaller, like Guess from LA. They're pretty skinny, so it fits me. But one thing that I always find out is it's hard to find the clothes that I wanted to fit me right. And then the second part is I love rock and roll music since I was in growing up, teenager. But in China is slightly different mainstream. I think I know more Guns N' Roses and those bands more than the classic ones. So after I moved to here, I literally discovered Led Zeppelin like when after I moved to here, like I don't know, 2003. I had no idea who they are, and I know Rolling Stones, but anyway, I always know Aerosmith. Um, anyway, so my love passion for rock and roll always been a big thing. So when I go to see a concert, or go to a live show, just any bar cover band, I also don't feel like I have the right clothes to wear. Just very limited option when I go to a store anywhere. They say, "Oh, go check out that boutique. They have a lot of stuff." When I get there, I'm like, "This is nothing." Anyway, sorry about the long-winded answer.
Not
I
at all.
wasn't able to find clothes for me, so I started to kind of alternate it myself. If I like something, then I cut them off and do the thing I usually do. Eventually, about 7, 8 years ago, I started to just kind of make it a little bit like a business. So I reached out a lot of industry well-known musicians, touring band. I started with some people are asking, "Hey, can you do some patches here on my jeans?" And doing that. I did that maybe for like three to 5 months, 6 months, and people start really like my design because it's not just following what they wanted to do, like a seamstress kind of job. So I kind of say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And then eventually I just like, you know what? I'm going to make my own stuff. I'm just going to start a business because I'm doing it anyway. Um, but I don't really like to putting patches on pants and doing very generic or basic stuff. I have a vision. I think I know what I wanted to do. So I started to, doing some sewing myself and getting fabric because there's a lot of large selection of fabric in LA. We have fashion district. I go to New York a lot, then there's all kinds of online fabric store I deal with. So yeah, that's kind of how I started. And during pandemic, now how Riot Stitch started was, I always had a corporate job, my full-time job. And then because pandemic hit, I left that job about 13 years with a company. a corporate job, and I just like, what am I going to do now? However, I was pretty good on the financial side because I've been working full time the whole time. So I was like, I can take a break because I really need a break. I got kids, I haven't really taken a break since I took that job. Then I started really digging and then come up with a company name and launched the Riot Stitch and doing what I was doing, just doing way more. I was full time doing that for a while. That's pretty much how it started.
So just before we get into the whole thing about the catwalk show that you're going to have, so you can see behind me, you can see I'm a big Kiss fan.
Oh, right? Look at that. Yeah.
Okay. So if I scan around the room, you see all kinds of stuff. I grew up in that whole era of, theatrical rock.
Glam.
We've been talking this week on my socials about the fact that you can't really tell the difference between the band and the people that are sitting in the audience right now.
Yes, I agree.
Somebody even said, "Hey, can you at least change your shirt after you load in and go when you go and play?" So when Raquel sent me your info, what I loved about what you were doing is your there's that flair. It brings me back to the Poisons, the Bon Jovis, when performers look different. Do you do mostly custom work for people?
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for asking me. Yeah, so I do made to order. I don't have any stock, so it's all special design, custom design for every pair. I do have my signature design, which is listed on my website, riotstitch.com. So if you go to my website, I have two tabs. One is stage wear. That's my main business. So all the stage clothes. And my photo, I know it's posted, look like it's me wearing them because that's easy and I can design them and, to put it out. But it's actually unisex. So if you go to my main page website, when you wrote down my introduction, I have like a short introduction of what I'm about. Like, I make clothes. I make them from scratch here. I'm in Orange County, near Laguna Beach, but I go to LA on a regular basis. So I do say based in LA because I do that. And if I say Laguna Beach, a lot of people don't know. But let's say I service LA County and Orange County, Riverside, San Diego, just 200 miles kind of thing. So you can see all my artists. They're 90% of my clients are male. So they all have my clothes on. So they're some clients does want one of a kind because they're performers. They don't want anybody to look the same. So even though I do have a basic design on my, let's say, Riot Stitch signature design, if you go to my stage wear, but I do change around every time. Even people say, I like that. Can you do that? But then I'll say, okay, how about we do this and this? Because I remember every one of my clients, almost every one pair of pants I made. So I make sure nobody has the same pants. So yeah, that's kind of my niche. Also a little bit limitation because, just me. So, I'm not that fast. My turnaround time for custom order is about 2 weeks.
Pretty good.
Yes, because I make it here. So everything's here. So it's not like I have to wait for something. Sometimes I do need to wait for fabric, let's say from New York. That take a few days to get here. And some fabric are custom print. That also takes a little bit longer. But I do tell clients before they order. Custom made, custom order, made to order. That's all my pieces.
And I love that. So the band that I play in, and we're all, like we we get dressed up. I mean, we put on a show, and Michelle, our singer, is constantly her look's actually being copied now locally, and what you do actually fits in very neatly with what she does. So that's another thing that really attracted me to some of the things that you have. I mean, they're just next level. Like they're
killer. Thank you.
Well, they're unique, which brings us to this catwalk show that you're going to do.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. That's going to be a bit of an undertaking.
Yes. It's my first ever Riot Stitch metal catwalk. It's not your traditional high fashion, catwalk. So I wanted to bring personality mixed with music because that's really, I am in the fashion industry, but I would say more I'm in the music industry. I'm more specific in the rock and roll music industry because that's kind of where all my design, all my inspirations coming from. So I picked NAMM convention, which is huge for all the whole music industry, obviously. um it's just come kind of short notice. I didn't really plan it because it's such a huge thing that I didn't think I was ready for it, but chance just can't, opportunity came up. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. So I have a booth. I'm sharing the booth with David Elson. He has a coffee shop, a VIP coffee rock and roll lunch, so he's selling his coffee. And so I'm right there subleasing directly with them. So we are at Hall D. I need to check the number. I think it's 42. No, don't quote me on that. I should check on it and get back to you on that.
Sure.
But it's yeah. So so I started to just kind of wanting to show, because I feel it's a good way to get my name out there than just online. Because since I started, I'm just doing pure social media, Instagram and Facebook on Riot Stitch Rockwear, both. And my personal profile on Facebook, a lot of people reach out. They like to talk to me. More personal. I think I enjoy that too, to meet people. So Sherri Lu, you can reach me on Sherri Lu on Facebook or Riot Stitch Rockwear. So I wanted to show to people actually feel my fabric, feel my garments, because they always see online or somebody has it. I decided to do a booth, but then I was like, maybe this is a time to do a fashion show, because all my clothes are made of spandex. It's hard when you just hang them, the garments, when you hang it, you can't really see how it's going to look. It's hard to imagine for spandex. For jeans, you put it in a hanger, you can see it's very straight, you can see all the design, but for spandex, you actually need to wear them. So that's when I come up with the idea, okay, I think it's ready. I'm ready for the catwalk. And obviously I wanted to do a special thing. And that's why I wanted to do a metal catwalk. Most of my models, so I have 7 male model and 6 female model. I wanted to showcase male for sure. That's one of my focus for this show, because most of the time see on my website or me, they a lot of audience think it's just for girls, but it's not. Yeah. So most of my models are musicians themselves. They're more I think most 80% are musicians. So they play guitar, they're singers. And then few girls are also in the fashion, also in the rock and roll. I can say all my models are rock and rollers, just like me. And then yeah, so I decided, and NAMM was very supportive. They think it's very refreshing, something new for NAMM to do. So they agree for us to do. I won't have a stage. It's the first time, and so but we're still under discussion, try to see if we can use a lounge area, because my booth is right next to the lounge. But for now, I'm just planning. We're gonna block the hallway. You know how NAMM has huge hallway, and people can just surround it, and then we're just gonna do a 30 feet runway right on the hallway. We're right at the intersection, like a smaller hallway and then the big one, like through Hall D. So I think it's a great location. I'm pumped, and all my models are pumped. I got all the clothes ready to go.
So for something like this, in a big undertaking, and you're at a huge trade show. I mean, anybody that hasn't been to NAMM, it's basically the biggest trade show of the year, where everybody from players to vendors to whomever is there. What's success look like for you at this?
What do you mean? I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Like what the success, or what's this going to be like how will this be successful for you? Like when you walk away and go, this was successful, what will have happened for it to be successful?
Kind of my expectation for this, right? What I wanted to get. Yeah. I think 2 things. One is get my names out there. So I wanted people to know about me. Who's Riot Stitch? What is that? What do they do? A lot of people, I think LA and Orange County, more and more people know me. Nashville, I had a lot of clients in Nashville, and New York, Florida. But some other state, a lot of people, this is, international, global. And I also have some clients in UK, quite a few. So I wanted the name to be known. More people familiar about my logo, knows about Riot Stitch, knows what I do, knows I'm here and doing something for your stage wear. The second thing, of course, I would like to get some orders. It's custom order, right? So hopefully I can get enough order to keep me busy for 3 to 6 months, double my sales. And I do have a new line that I'm trying to do. That's why I was a little late. Sorry about that.
Oh,
So I started my boots. The reason I started my boots is I always have my outfits. My outfits are kind of outrageous in a way. So people always ask me, oh, where did you get your boots? And so I used to buy from Doll's Kill, which is very nice platform for all the alternative fashion, rocker, goth, all that. But then I was like, you know what? I think I should do my own boots because I like certain boots, just like how I started with my clothes. Same thing. I like certain boots, but it's not perfect. But I wear it just because that's the best that I can find in the market. But then I went to a magic sourcing show in Vegas last year. I was able to find this vendor. They do some boots. I feel they're close to what I'm looking for. So we started to work on it and did samples and stuff. So NAMM, this NAMM show, I will be having my mini production of my boots. So I wanted to show you. So this is the boot.
nice.
Yeah, especially you're into kids, right? So I have different colors. This is my first design that I have. Has Riot Stitch on there. And then, platform is about 4.5 inch. So I have in metallic blue, black, white, and red. But I will have red and black because I already have them in production in different sizes at NAMM show. So if you want to get your own boots and try it on, this is the perfect place and time to do it. And I have very limited production. And then my other one is my limited edition boots for Riot Stitch as well for NAMM only. Do we have a minute to show you that?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I really wanted to show. So they come in a very nice Riot Stitch box. I got the full thing going as my website. And then let me take it out to show you. These boots are to die for, and it's super sexy. I think anybody. Okay, you're the first interview I did show the boots. I talked about it last few times, but I just wasn't ready. And so today I was like, I went to downstairs. I'm gonna get my boots. So
I'm honored.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you're premiering my boots.
Wow.
Okay, this is no joke. It's see-through. All the sexy girls with beautiful toes, right? And it's a platform silver. Your Kiss fans, whatever fans, rave parties, anything goes. And all my boots. And these are very high quality studs and crystal. They're not cheap plastic bullshit stuff. Excuse my French. They're very well made inside. All the studs, every one of them, they're all handmade. Um, custom. These are more expensive than my regular boots is $2.99. These are $3.99. These are limited edition only for NAMM. But these are custom orders. So if you order them at NAMM, I won't have it. I only have a sample there. They're very.
Will those be on your website before or after NAMM?
Yes, I'm gonna put it right before NAMM. I'm just going nuts right now because I'm like doing everything on my own. I'm like one person shop, So.
Would you? I'd love to show somebody those, not like at a wide thing, but I'd love to show. If you have a picture of those, could you send it to me?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I would love to. So I wanted to show that, and I also have smaller line, which is logo T-shirt that I could, it's great for the convention. I started a little bit T-shirt line because I have a lot of really following and fans. They love my stuff. They say, but that kind of thing. What about T-shirts? So I do have a few very unique design T-shirts. My logo T-shirts and a few other designs at the NAMM show. You can come and check in all different sizes as well.
Well, I got one more question for you because I know you got some stuff to do, and we know people's attention spans, no matter how blingy things are, can be a little low. But your ideal customer, who is your ideal customer?
Anybody focused on, more focused on the stage wear, but I do clothes. Steel Panther is one of my biggest customer and very good fit. I dressed the whole band for the past 2 years. Michael Starr, the singer, is gonna walk the wrong way.
Nice.
So he will be my star. And But anybody who likes to go to the concert, I have a lot of clients, or they just love concert. I don't perform; I wear them all the time. So I would say to everybody, and it goes to different direction. I mean, you don't have to be a rocker to wear my clothes. I think I make different designs. Some are a little bit flashier. Some are still very classy. I have two kind of branch out. I call one is glam, one's dirty rocker. The dirty rocker is just black with studs, biker feel. The other one just like full on different color, brilliant, bright colors, and loud screen glam 80s, Hollywood 80s.
Well, if anybody's at NAMM, I've got some friends that are going out to NAMM, and I'm going to definitely tell them to go check your booth out. If anybody's there, go check Sherri Lu, Riot Stitch. I'm telling you right now, I'm just seeing this through the video, and it looks incredible. So, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry about the booth. Maybe we can put like a little lettering underneath to put our booth number there.
Peace.
Okay. Thank you.